There's an old saying that you can't see the forest for the trees, and that's especially true for small business owners when it comes to dealing with the challenges of running their own business, even if the family's been in the tree business. So that's why Scott Transportation decided to bring in our team of business consultants to improve their business operations for the road ahead.
Hello, my name is Demetrius Spates. I go by D, and I'm the General Manager of Scott Transportation. We've been in business since 1997. And we're a subsidiary of Scott Logging, which has been in business since 1951. Scott Transportation has 20 employees. That's a combination of 4 office employees with a operations manager and dispatcher. And then we also have 16 of our own trucks that haul durable and non-durable goods across the country. So I began my career with Scott Transportation in the first quarter of 2010 as a broker selling commodities to outside carriers. In November of 2011, the previous general manager was found to be embezzling money. After that, my father-in-law, who's one of the owners of Scott Transportation, he and the other owners asked me to step in as general manager, and that literally took place overnight. I began to assume my role as general manager and couldn't make sound business decisions because our financials were so skewed from this previous embezzlement deal that we had going on. Aside from the embezzlement issues, we also had a lack of policies and procedures in place for holding people accountable for their roles in the company, all the way from in-office staff to our salespeople to our drivers. There were no parameters set to keep people responsible for their job duties. And so I knew we needed to look for some guidance and some coaching in that area, and so we reached out for help. So I've been an athlete my entire life, and in 2001 I was fortunate enough to receive a football scholarship to the University of Oregon. In doing so, a lot of my business references, I use football terminology. And so when the consulting team came in, I referred to the senior consultant as coach. And in doing so, the coach helped me and my team put together a business plan, a playbook, if you will. And from that playbook, we put together a list of policies and procedures and began to start pinpointing the vision for the company and where we wanted to go. So one of the biggest challenges we faced as a company was getting drivers to be accountable for their role in the company. Now ultimately, maintenance and repair costs are some major expenses that we take on being an asset-based company. And so our coach helped us put together a plan where we were able to blast out the drivers' performances through our GPS units to all 16 drivers in our fleet. And we're able to compare the performance of these drivers amongst themselves and the rest of the fleet.
My name is Aaron Jarrett. I'm the operations manager at Scott Transportation. The consultant came in and gave us a direction of what they had to offer and the systems that they had in place that have obviously been successful. We put that into our business, which directed us to become more of a corporation than just a mom and pop business. We now have reports that we can pull every second of the day if we want, and it keeps us accountable and keeps the drivers accountable, keeps us in compliance with both state and federal laws. And it's made my job 100 times easier. The other office people, it's made their jobs a lot easier. Everything's in black and white, and there's no arguing that. And instead of guessing of what we did for that week or for that day or for that hour, now we can have it all in the system to hold us all accountable.
So part of some of the solutions that our coach was able to help us come up with were installing GPS units on all of our trucks. Now these GPS units do multiple things. First of all, it allows us to track our fuel economy, so it lets us know if drivers are lead-footed or not. Second, it allows us to keep control of our routing for drivers. And last but not least, it allows us to do what's also called geofencing. Now, we have drivers that have girlfriends all over the country, and so when these guys are taking loads from one destination to the next, they may have a significant other whom they'd like to see en route. Sometimes it's okay as long as, like I said, it's en route. Other times it's not. Our business is based off of miles and money. So what we're able to do is put these geofences, which is basically a parameter that if drivers go off route, the truck will start beeping. So after our coaches came in and helped us revitalize our game plan, we're finally able to start paying our owners distributions, and we're also able to start holding our drivers accountable for their roles in the company. So much so that our maintenance and repair costs have gone down, which have driven up our profits, and also have our sales team has met their quotas and exceeded them, and we look forward to the rapid expansion and success of Scott Transportation.